So what we're going to look at is the new data model feature in Excel 2013, and this is a very useful feature that helps eliminate the need for VLOOKUPs when you're doing pivot tables. So what I have here is I have a table of data, and it contains the date, the sales rep, the country, the product code and the sales value. And I want to be able to pivot this data by the sales rep, but I want the product name and I want the region instead of the country. And these sets of data are found on different tables, and I have a products table that contains my product code and my product name, and I have a regions table which contains my country and my region. Now traditionally, to do my pivot table, I would do a VLOOKUP, and I would look up the country in the regions table, and I would return the region, and I want an exact match, and hit enter, and I would fill that down, and that will be my region. And then I would also do the same for my product name, and I would also fill that down. Now once I have that done, I could then insert my pivot table, select OK, put it onto a new sheet, and I can take my sales rep and I could take my product name and put it in the columns, and then I could take my sales and put in my sum and my sales, and I have what I'm looking for to pivot the data. But to get to that stage, I had to have these VLOOKUPs, and if this table of data is quite long, this is very intensive on your resources. So that we can eliminate this, I'm going to delete all this. I'm just going to delete sheet 1, and we are back to our original data. Let's look at the steps involved in building a data model. The first thing you need to do is you need to create tables. So all your data needs to create tables, and to create a table, Control and T, and you get this dialog box, create table. It selects the data, make sure the data is selected correctly, and my table has headers, and select OK. And that's now converted that into a table. Now in the design ribbon, you can then name the table, and I'm going to name this table sales. And that's our first table. So you need to make the table and you need to name the table. We'll do the same for products, and I'm going to name this table products. And then we're going to do the same for region, Control and T, and I am going to name this table regions. So that's the first step. What we have done there is we have now created 3 tables, and using our data model feature, we can link these tables together. So to add these to our data model, we go to Data, Connections, and then up here we have Add to the data model. In here now we will select tables, and you will see that there are 3 tables in this workbook. We will click on Sales and select Open, and you will see that this has then added this to the data model. We need to do this for each table, so we go to Data, Connections, Add to Data Model, Table, Products, Open, and we've now added products. Now add again, add to the data model, go to Tables and go to Regions and select Open. And now we have all of our tables added to our data model, and we can select Close now. So now we can begin to pivot our data. So we can go to Insert as normal, Insert Pivot Table. And this time you're going to use an external source, and we're going to choose Connection. We're going to select Tables, and we're going to select this workbook data model, and there's 3 tables in it, and select Open. We're going to put it on a new worksheet and select OK. So now what we have over here is we have all our 3 tables available in our pivot table fields. But we need to create relationships. We need to link these together. So if we go to the Analyze ribbon and go to Relationships and add a new relationship. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Sales table. We're going to select the country, and we're going to go to our regions table, and we're also going to select our country. Now you will see here you've got primary key and foreign key mentioned. But if we select OK and we have these in the wrong direction, Excel will auto correct this for you, so you don't need to know what the primary key and foreign key relationship is in here. So let's add another one, and this time we're going to take our sales table, and we're going to take our product code, and we're going to go to our products table, and we're going to also take our products code and select OK. So now we have actually linked our table. So let's go to sales. Let's put in our sales rep to our rows. Let's then go to products, and we can put in our product name to the column. And in our sales value, we can put in the sum of our sales. Now we can format this. Let's right click in this and let's go to value field settings, number formatting. Let's go to number, use comma separator, no decimal places, and select OK and OK, and that will update that table for you in the formatting on the table. I am also going to insert a slicer, so we go to Analyze, Insert Slicer, and the slicer that I'm going to use is going to be by my region. Now remember, in our original pivot data we had country, we didn't have region, but now because we've linked the tables, we can put in a slicer for our region. We'll move this over here. And I am also going to insert a timeline. Insert a timeline. So now I can slice the data. So we have our sales rep, we have our product, we have the sales value, and now we can have a look just by the sales by the region. Or we can also have a look at our sales by the months, the years, quarters, and so forth. I'm going to clear these filters. This has been a very simple example of the data model feature, but imagine you have data sets that are extremely large. You can also import data sets from other sources. They can be CSV files, it could be the internet, it could be Access, and you can link them together using this data model feature. My name is Paula Guilfoyle. I am a CPA. I am also the author and presenter of the Excel course on www.theexcelclub.com. Thank you for watching. Goodbye now.